Alrighty guys, I'm back again with another Plague video. So if you didn't know, Plague has received a shadow nerf. I not too long ago watched Darva's video titled Behavior. Say psych right now. If you didn't see this video from Ots, please check it out because he explains everything. Plague loses her power when she gets stunned by a pallet, but now Behavior has added some more stun conditions to knock you out your power. So if you get stunned by Decisive Strike, if you get stunned by Head On, if you get stunned by Blast Mine, you will lose your power. Ots in his video said that he even asked Behavior, is this a bug? And they said no, this is intentional. So yeah guys, the sad part about this is that Plague has been bugged for months. She has had a cooldown issue with her puke that kind of makes her feel a little bit sluggish and weird to play. Behavior had the time to nerf the Plague in this way, but didn't have the time to fix this bug that has been in the game for months. What does this nerf mean for the Plague? So I said that Head On could get the Plague out of her power, so let me cover that now. Head On, in my opinion, is not a threat. If a survivor is fully infected and they're in a locker, the locker will have puke on it, so you'll know they're in the locker. Right, that's pretty obvious. The only way you'll get stunned from Head On really is if the survivor's not infected and you just walk by a locker and they stun you. Then yeah, that'll suck. But I rarely ever see Head Ons in my matches. But where it gets kind of scary is when you introduce the Blast Mine. I see Blast Mine maybe at least once a match, once every other match. Yeah, you getting hit by a Blast Mine now is gonna be devastating. So you might want to smack a generator first and then grab your power just to be on the safe side. As Ott said in this video, it's probably gonna be more beneficial now for you to run more passive slowdown perks. So perks like Pain Res, Ruin, Thano if you want, will be more safe to use. Because if you use like Gen Smack perks like Pop, which is honestly one of my favorite perks, it's gonna be a bit risky. You know, sometimes there's situations where, what if you have your power and you just hook someone and there's one gen left, the gen is at like 70% and you want to pop the gen, and now you lose all your corrupt purge. It's just sad thinking about those type of scenarios you could get put into. And now let's get into what I feel is probably the most devastating part about this change, and that is getting stunned by D-Strike. And yeah, a lot of you are gonna say you wouldn't be eating D-Strike if you weren't tunneling, blah 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 blah, but in majority of my matches, D-Strike isn't really used as anti-tunnel. It's used very, very aggressively, especially with the new change. Survivors will get unhooked, they will have off the record, and they will prevent you from going for someone by standing in your way and forcing you to pick them out of a locker or forcing you to slug them. Yeah, there are times where you're about to down a survivor and then boom, a survivor shows up. You literally have to down them in order to get that person that you want. And then it's like, might as well go for the pickup. You know what I mean? Now D-Strike is going to be used even more aggressively as counterplay to the Plague. Plague has already so much counterplay to her. A team not cleansing in itself is major counterplay to deny her her power. So if you are a Plague and you, say for example, didn't bring in a single apple, and you're counting on that one corrupt purge fountain to help you out, and you get stunned by any of these three things that they added in, you are now in a world of pain because you're gonna be an basic M1 killer for the entire match. And a lot of these maps aren't balanced well for M1 killers. A lot of safe pallets, a lot of pallets connecting to windows, a lot of safe pallets connecting to safe pallets, and it's just gonna be a complete mess. So here are some tips for you guys that you could do to limit this nerf a little bit. This is my take on it. And this is what I'm going to be doing now. So yeah, I'm just going to be slugging a lot more in different scenarios. I'm going to be bringing passive slowdown perks. Another major thing I feel is important now to kind of counteract this change is bring in any add-on that gives you corrupt purge by any means. So a lot of you say, oh, I don't like to use strong add-ons. Well, if you want to play the risk of having your one fountain get negated by you getting stunned, go for it. But for me personally, I'm possibly going to be bringing Eerie Seal almost every match just to kind of circumvent this nerf that Plague got, or just stick with apples. I remember BHVR tried to nerf Plague in the past as well. I remember they tried to give her a nerf where they didn't want her to puke on exit gates because they wanted the survivors to escape and not be in that situation where you get pretty much the guaranteed info on which gate they're on. And then everyone like said like, why are you doing this change? No one asked for this change. And then they reverted it. They're just doing just some weird stuff. I don't know, man. I feel like BHVR might add other perks in the future that stun killers. So just keep that in mind. For my Plague players out there, let me know what you are going to be doing to kind of counter this change. And let me know how you feel about this nerf as well. But yeah, guys, that's it for the video. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next one.